Muy buenas, ¿qué tal estamos? Aquí volvemos en The Witcher 2 y vamos a continuar justo donde lo dejamos. Y vamos a ir a por el Kayran. Buenas tardes.
Any progress?
Triss claims that Kayran was born of magic.
She's right. Something that large couldn't possibly evolve in the waters of the Pontar. It looks like the result of some botched experiment. It's growing rapidly and will probably age just as quickly.
I've got everything I need. Let's go.
Excellent. Ready?
Are you wearing makeup?
We all have our rituals.
From what I know, Kayrans are colorblind.
Enough, Geralt. Time to draw the beast out of the water.
Got an ace up your sleeve?
I always do. Don't get eaten and we'll soon both be heroes.
I hope you're right.
You descend into the lair. I'll stay on the bridge and pull it out onto the bank. Take care. It'll be extremely dangerous, even on land.
Derrota al Kayran en su guarida, ¿pero dónde?
You descend into the lair. I'll stay on the bridge and pull it out onto the bank.
Pero... ¿por aquí? Espérate, porque me voy a tomar. Beber. Beber. Mangosta. Pues solo mangosta. Porque no me deja... Golondrina, que es la que me cura. ¿Por qué no me deja curarme, hijo de puta? Aumenta el daño de espada. La creamos también. Aumenta la resistencia. Voy a... Grajo. Vale. Corre. Tira. Igual me la tomo muy pronto, ¿eh? También te digo. No lo sé. Su guarida es por aquí, porque como tiene pinta, ¿no? Sí. Sí, ni más cojones. Uf. Tiene bultitos. Tiene bultitos ahí, tío. Gracias.
Use the side. Sharpen
Lo estoy intentando, cariño, ¿eh? Te juro que lo estoy intentando. Corazón. ¿Qué me mata de una? Pues si es tan fácil, colega. Sí, pues está en la dificultad más fácil y mueres de 2-3 golpes. Ya me contarás tú. ¿Qué? ¿Quieres ser...? ¿Quieres seleccionar la puta madre? Cállate la puta boca. Voy a morir. Vale, o sea, el truco no está ponerse en el medio, sino ponerse en un lado para forzarle a usar los otros brazos, ¿no? Entiendo. Vale. Tira. Mira.
Quickly! It's about to break free!
Tengo que subir. No.
We did it. Not a bad fight, wouldn't you say, Geralt? Are you all right?
The beast got me a couple of times.
I've heard you've been in more dire situations. I wonder, are the stories about you true?
What stories?
If you think I'm going to repeat some of the legends circulating about you, you're deeply mistaken.
What now?
I must harvest the most valuable ingredients while the corpse is fresh. I'd prefer to get the entire carcass to my laboratory and strip it down to the bone, but that would be a waste of power and simply too much work. I shall take only...
What have you heard about me?
a number of things.
You won't talk about them?
I've no time now. The fresher the ingredients I collect, the higher the price I'll get. Sorry.
Farewell then.
Don't forget to collect the reward.
Oh, I won't.
Puf. Vale, volvemos. Vaya puta mierda, de... La dificultad está hecha como el puto culo. O sea, ¿quién cojones lo ha puesto? Madre de Dios. Luego tenemos que ver el tema de... El tema de... La proposición de Laredo. Laredo, creo, ¿no? Me vais a comer el rabo. Dejadme en paz, por favor. Gracias. Ah, no, lo que quería decir, lo que tenemos que ver es el tema de los árboles de habilidades, porque tengo que leerme ahí un poquito bien, ver en qué cojones está enfocado cada movida. Y luego ya tiramos por ahí. ¿Sabes? Pero al principio, uff. ¿Por qué hay dos aquí que me aparecen como para hablar? Envaina la puta espada, tío. Pareces tonto. Ah, tú no me dices nada.
I spared the troll.
Aye, true. Good on you.
Any other jobs? Well-paid jobs?
Ye killed the Kayran. Not enough for you.
Ah,
Truth be
vale.
told, ye won't find
Me ha
better
actualizado
work
esto,
around
vale.
here.
Vale, pues nada. Vale, entramos. Era con el de los muelles, puede ser. Al lado de la ayuda. ¡Oh, mutante que me sigue, guardias! Oh, soy subnormal, ayúdame, por favor. Creo que sí. Sí, efectivamente. ¡Socorro! ¡Soy retrasado mental! ¡Soy imbécil!
Job done. The Kayran's dead.
Good work. You've earned your reward.
¿Eh? A ver ahora, ve este puto subnormal, por favor. Por favor, por favor.
Good work. You've earned your reward.
Gracias. Gracias. Gracias.
The poor ones are always up at it. Hey, white.
Quieta.
Why'd your hair go white?
Buenas tardes. Ah. Buenas noches tiene que ser, no venga, pues guardamos. Y a meditar. Tiempo de espera. Anochecer. No, medianoche. Medianoche. Tía, ¿me abrís? Hola, algo.
What?
The Commandant wanted to see me.
Leave your weapon here.
Guard it with care. It's very valuable.
Wait, Wolf. I need to talk to the Commandant too.
You going inside or not?
Listen, friend. I'm an officer and you're a runt. And when I say jump, you will not only...
Come on, Roach.
With these cunts, Loredo couldn't protect the port from a drunk lumberjack, let alone Iorveth.
He's
A ballista. The bastard's got a ballista. You know the power of this weapon. Its arms strengthened with bronze plates and strung with horsehair. It can propel heavy bolts up to a mile
Sí, me lo
away.
explicó Foltest antes de
An
morir.
experienced crew can release 2 bolts each minute, but it can't hit the same spot twice because it recoils and shifts. I've heard that somewhere before.
Where did you learn about ballistae?
I knew someone who knew a bit about them.
Unimportant. We need to damage it if we don't want to be at Loredo's mercy. They're all drunk here now.
Oh, vamos a joder a
Relax,
Loredo.
Roach. I don't want to fight this rabble again.
As long as that weapon's operational, no one will sail this section of the Pontar without Loredo's express permission.
I'll handle this. Go have a drink.
Haven't had this good a time in ages.
That's
I
true.
think these dragons protect people from the Scoia'tael.
Peasants in uniforms.
Esto es robar, ¿no?
You've had your song.
Don't you
Care for
traipse
some
around
real
here.
diversion?
Don't you traipse around here.
Me dejas.
That one struts about as if
Sniffing
he was
around
the
like
king himself.
dogs in a row.
Ah,
Haven't
no.
had this good a
¿Lo
time in
tenéis?
ages.
That's true.
You know this one. A little
I don't like
They say which...
What you want, old man?
I was looking to test my strength. Arm wrestling.
What do I stand to gain?
Nothing, because I'll thrash you.
And if I win?
You'll have beat a witcher. So I guess that gets you bragging rights.
Are you that Geralt fella? The Grey Wolf? All right. Let's begin.
You've had your song.
Care for some real diversion?
Haven't had this good a time in ages.
That's true.
You know this one.
Damn the dogs! The old man got me. I need to eat. Build up a bit.
A little elf was skipping down the path. Plough-all. Along came a dwarf and kicked him
Ah,
in
ya
the
está.
arse. Plough-all. Oh, you are fat, dirty
Did you
rotten
hear?
scum. Plough-all,
Two big shots
plough-all.
arrived.
I don't
Do
like
that again,
it.
and I'll fuck him up.
Pensaba que...
Plough-all.
Tend to the ballista,
You've had
Geralt.
your song. Care for some real diversion?
Sí, pero es que este no me deja.
Don't you traipse around here.
Hola.
Don't you traipse around here. Don't you...
Huh?
Haven't had this good a time in ages.
That's true.
You know this one.
Sniffing around like
Little elf
dogs
was
in a
skipping down the
rubbish
path.
dump.
Plough-all.
No entiendo nada,
Don't
tío.
you traipse around here.
Plough-all. Oh,
Don't you traipse around here.
Plough-all.
No entiendo nada, tío.
I'll fuck him up.
That one.
¿Pero qué cojones tengo que hacer?
You've had your song.
No passage.
Pues vale, pues nada, pues yo tiro, yo qué sé.
Loredo's busy with that witch Sheila. Come back later.
Geralt, let's wait downstairs in the yard.
Nothing better than a fireside feast.
Except a fireside feast with copious amounts of liquor.
Luckily, the commandant's provided it all.
Yes?
How did you plan to get rid of the guard by the ballista?
I have my ways. But you wanted to do it alone, so go talk to the buffoon.
Do we wait until the honorable lady is done with the venerable hick?
Waste of time. Looks like a good number of Flotsam's town watchmen are here. We should look around. Did you see that arbalist behind the house? I'll get his attention. Give him something to think about. Why don't you find out what they're guarding so closely?
True. Come here, lad. Your uncle's got a story for you.
So long as he can afford to tell it.
Soldier, report
I'll
to me
not lend an
immediately.
ear for less than 10 orans.
What do you want?
Shut it, soldier. Have respect for your superiors or spend the rest of your life on the king's galley.
Puedo noquear a este, ¿no? Vaya por Dios.
We cut the hands off.
Va por Dios. El subnormal se ha dado la vuelta. El
You're lucky
gilipollas.
the commandant wants to see you. Come on.
Commandant, sir. We caught the witches sneaking around the garden.
Bring him in and leave.
Yes, sir.
We were just discussing a certain matter. You here on business too?
The commandant wanted to see me.
In that case, I shall leave you to it.
No, no quiero hacerlo.
Finally.
No quiero hacerlo así. Quiero, espérate. Carga, 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 carga de una puta vez. Carga, carga, carga subnormal. Vale.
Haven't had this good a time in ages.
That's true.
Bueno, espérate.
This one.
¿Puedo deshacerme de este? ¿También?
Don't you traipse around here.
No, vale. Pues que te fue.
Plough-all. Oh, you are a fat, dirty, rotten scum.
What do you want?
Shut it, soldier. Have respect for
Eso
your
se da la vuelta, así que vengo por aquí.
Flotsam.
Me va a ver. Vuelve. Ahora no se da la vuelta. No entiendo nada, tío. ¿Por aquí puedo subir? Sí. Espérate, voy a guardar. La tía guardada. ¡Mierda! Que no le veo. ¿Qué hace? ¿Está? ¿Dónde está? Ahora.
You forget who you're dealing with, Commandant.
You must think me an idiot.
I cannot help myself. You take guardsmen off the streets to guard carpets, fabrics, and spices pilfered from merchants. Do you have any grasp of the responsibility that rests with you?
Don't teach an old man to piss, sorceress. I've ruled Flotsam for years.
Flotsam is ruled by a fear of Iorveth. That fear rules even you.
I've made my demands perfectly clear.
Like a crying babe deprived of its rattle. In time, Commandant, they'll hang you by the neck from a roadside tree like a regular bandit. And rightly so, for you're no better.
Your time will come too, sorceress. They'll pile kindling at your feet.
Enough. Fear has confused you. Think over what I said and give your answer before it's too late.
Vuelve con... Partida guardada. Buscamos. Yo qué sé. Baja. Corre. Que el guardia se ha ido. Corre.
In Flotsam.
Corre. Vale, ahora. Para abajo. Para abajo. ¡Corre! ¡Salta! Subnormal. Al guardia le noqueé. Recordemos eso. El guardia tiene que estar noqueado. Vale. Voy a guardar. O sea, con todos los craseos, fallos y mierdas y lo que tarda en cargar. Voy a guardar cada 3 pasos. Vamos, hostia. Gírate, retrasado. No voy a ir a noquearle, porque en cuanto vaya a noquearle, seguro que el hijo de puta se muere. O igual no. Tomar por culo ya. Por cierto, ¿tengo lo de la balista o la balista?
Nothing better than a fireside feast.
Except a fireside feast we
Don't you traipse around here.
¿Y cómo le distraigo, tío?
Flour into the mix and it doesn't get
Don't
any
you
better.
traipse around here.
Commandant's provided.
That's true.
You know this one.
What do you need, ugly?
Ugly,
Well, you ain't exactly handsome.
but
I wouldn't worry. Women prefer ugly men to groomed dandies. And you're ugly something mighty. Care for a romp?
can't just now. but I'll find you later in town.
Luego te...
What's your name?
Margarita.
I wanted to surprise my friend, the sad-looking guy by the ballista.
Some idiot wanted me to read him poems recently. Extravagance, as I say it. I didn't like it.
I was thinking of something a little more traditional.
What would you have me do?
I don't really care. Just get him away from the ballista.
Oh, now you've got me doubting he's your mate at all. But I'll not pry. It'll cost you double.
That's steep.
I may be a simple girl, but I know at least a few men who'd give you trouble if I told them what you've asked of me. Pay me, and it'll stay between us. I mean, no point in giving brutes and louts a good reason to perfect their skills, eh?
Podría
A favor for a favor?
There is one thing you could do for me.
And that is?
Myron and Alphonse, two of Loredo's thugs. Give him a good thrashing, and I'll even blow...
I stirred up enough trouble as it is during the execution.
No need to stir trouble. Just humiliate them some ways.
Consider it done. Myron and Alphonse.
Teach them a lesson yet?
Ah, no, 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 coño. O sea, me iba a dar más información. ¿Quiénes son?
Did you hear?
Myron.
I don't like freaks.
And I don't like oafish no-necks.
What do you want, mutant?
To try my luck. Arm wrestling.
I'm gonna crush you, mutant.
Save the boasting till later. Let's do this.
You've had your song. Care for some real diversion?
Nothing better than a fireside feast.
Except a fireside feast with...
I hate mutants like you.
I know, I know.
Myron, me falta Alphonse. ¿Quién es Alphonse? ¿Quién es Alphonse? ¿Quién es Alphonse? ¿Quién es el gilipollas de Alphonse? Me cago en vuestros putos muertos.
Did you hear?
¿Tú quién eres? ¿Tú quién eres? Myron.
Did you...
¿Quién coño es Alphonse, tío?
Sniffing around. Nothing better than a fireside feast.
Except a fireside feast with copious amounts of liquor.
Add flour into the mix and it doesn't get any better.
Luckily, the commandant's provided it all.
True.
Habla con Margo.
Myron and Alphonse.
Teach them a lesson yet?
Of course.
Ah, a lo mejor ese es el primero que hice.
So long as he can afford to tell it. I'll not lend an ear.
Ese será el primero que hice. Yo. Vale.
Did you know that?
Care for a little diversion, grave one?
Perdón.
I'm on duty.
Oh, come on.
Nothing better than a fireside feast.
Having their fun.
Except a fireside feast with copious amounts of liquor.
Let's go.
Add flour into the mix and it doesn't get any better.
Luckily, the commandant's provided it all.
True. Come here, lass. Your uncle's got a story for you.
So long as he can afford to tell it. I'll not
Hostia.
lend an ear for less than 10 orans.
Vale. Esto ya está, ¿no? Sí. Vale.
Didn't like him from the start.
Loredo's storing valuable gifts from the merchants right here. He may be expecting Iorveth to attack. I overheard the Commandant talking to Sheila. I couldn't pinpoint the topic of their conversation, but it seems to me he's angling for something.
We'll see what he has to say.
Haven't had this good a time in ages.
That's true.
You know this one. Little elf was skipping down the path.
Go in. They await you.
Where are we to go? I'd hardly call this a hut.
You, I mean you, sir, cannot enter. We've been ordered to let in the Witcher, but no one else.
Son of a bitch. Fine. He wants to play hard, we'll play hard.
I don't want any trouble. I'll call for support.
No need. Tell Loredo I got the message.
See you, Roach.
You've had your song. Care for some real diversion?
No passage.
Ah, perdón, yo qué sé. Como no me decís por dónde cojones es, pues yo qué sé.
Here to see the Commandant.
We have business to discuss.
Good luck. He's in a foul mood.
Why?
We'll talk another time, and definitely elsewhere.
Tira, coño. Arriba.
Entry only on the Commandant's express orders. Off you go.
¿Pero no es arriba?
Finally!
They didn't want to let me in while the sorceress was here.
Did you see her? Made up like a whore on parade day. They think they can do anything, those sorceresses. I heard what happened in Temeria. You know your name's on a warrant. It's unfortunate, though nothing that should impede our dealings. See, I'm the law round here, and the law needs to know what the legendary White Wolf's doing in this cesspit.
I'm looking for the man responsible for Foltest's death.
Here?
I know the Scoia'tael had a hand in it too. It's their trail I followed to Flotsam.
Lucky you found Bernard Loredo, then. If you're telling the truth, Iorveth's got raw blood on his hands. I can help you find him.
What about Vernon Roach? Why didn't you let him in?
Roach? Know the aura that surrounds him? Men like him act first and think later. And when they act, almost inevitably innocent.
No como tú, ¿verdad?
I heard you killed the Kayran. Flotsam is grateful. Let's say that squares the crimes of your friends. They're free to go. I trust you're on our side.
Whose side is that?
That of the people of Flotsam, of course. Terrorized by the elven bandits for years now.
La culpa era de...
A local conflict. None of my business.
You killed some elves on the riverbank outside Flotsam.
We were attacked.
You failed to understand.
It's you who doesn't understand, Loredo. To tell you the truth, I'm not human.
You an elf? A dwarf? No, talking bollocks. I piss on the fact that they call you freak for your white hair and glowing eyes. You're a human like any other. We're fighting a war. And you, my friend, cannot straddle the fence.
What about the elves and dwarves in the trading post? The smiths, peddlers, and hunters? They eat with you, sleep among you. Whose side are they on?
Hell if I know. That's my point, Witcher. When you fight for survival, you need to be sure who your friends are. The non-humans in Flotsam, sure, they eat, fuck, shit among us. But when Iorveth sounds the battle horns, who knows what they'll do.
I'm surprised they haven't turned on you already.
How so?
The town guards treat non-humans like shit. Frankly, I don't know what keeps them here.
I'll tell you what, Geralt. The hunger they'd face in the forest. But I grant you, those acts of, insubordination need to be stopped. Soldiers are simple men. When you see your mate die, a Scoia'tael arrow in his throat, it's hard to look favorably at the elf who sells your wife colored kerchiefs. You're a witcher. Your job is to protect the simpletons from monsters. I protect them from the danger that lurks amongst the trees.
You detest non-humans.
I detest Iorveth, the coward who hunts the innocent instead of facing
Y por
soldiers.
eso ahorcaste a
I detest
una
that horse son
elfa.
who murders women and
Querías a un
children
enano.
while claiming that he fights for freedom. He's a monster, Geralt. He's the evil I protect people from. And anyone who helps a monster becomes a similar monster to my mind.
Enough. I get it.
I don't want you to kill him. Even you don't have a hope against his entire force. I have an idea, but I'd rather not go into it now. The squirrels are up to something. Every night their scouts come closer. I suspect they plan to attack the barge moored in the port.
What's on the barge?
You mean who? Bandits, murderers, rapists. On their way to the dungeons at Drakenborg. As soon as...
Their infamous leader joins them. The cherry on the cake, and Bernard Loredo's crown trophy.
Couldn't have put it better myself. As long as Iorveth remains free, humans, elves, and dwarves will live alongside each other in deep distrust. I've got to learn what the pointy-eared rat is planning.
How am I supposed to get that information?
You underestimate me, Witcher. True, I have my prejudices, but I'm not blinded by them. Take your friend Zoltan, for instance. He contacted Iorveth.
I'll talk to Zoltan.
I trust you'll make the right decision. Farewell.
Abandona la resistita, coño.
No passage.
Perdón, que es que quería salir, joder, yo qué sé. Vale.
Don't forget your blade.
Dámelas.
Well, well. How's the Commandant as a host?
It's people like him who might help us.
Or put us in shackles and throw us into the river.
He told me they're keeping Scoia'tael prisoners on a barge in the port.
Did he mention if Kayran ep Esnalen, Iorveth's right-hand elf, is among them?
No.
He may know something about the Kingslayer.
Let's pay him a visit.
Ojo.
I tell him, I'm taking your pouch. Or your pouch and your life.
Ah, aquí yo estuve. Vamos, intenté entrar, pero en vez dije, uff, vi el panorama y dije paso.
What do you want?
To speak with the wounded prisoner.
No one's allowed.
I'm here on Commandant Loredo's orders.
I already cut a deal with you, but...
So get out of my way.
He won't tell you much. He's dying.
Entiendo que aquí abajo, ¿no?
Traps. Stop bloody moaning down there.
Look, Coffer's dozed off.
Entiendo que tú.
They beat him bad. He's got at least a dozen fractures. I'll need your help.
What do I do?
The spell I'm going to use is painful. It could kill him if he thrashes around.
I'll use the Axii sign to calm him.
Perfect.
Wakey, wakey, Coffer. You'll fall asleep for...
Señal de...
Look, Birdie's all wet. Hey, Birdie, you get wet just looking at me.
Get ready, Birdie. We'll be there to see you right after all.
It's no use.
You wish, Horson. I'm no traitor.
He's raving.
That gun? Where am I?
In Flotsam, on the prison barge.
The convict's barge? I'm done for.
How did Loredo's goons catch Iorveth's right-hand elf?
I was betrayed. How else?
You'd be dying in pain if it wasn't for us.
If it wasn't for the Dwan, I wouldn't be here.
There's a Witcher in Iorveth's unit.
Like every Dwan, he turned out to be a
Ojo.
bastard.
What happened?
He betrayed us. He said he had an offer for me. So we met, where roses of remembrance grow. I should have known.
Las rosas del recuerdo.
Remembrance?
Yes, some of the last in the world. He thought that I'd betray my elven brother in order to control the unit. I refused, and there was a fight. I've never seen anything like it. No human can move that fast. It was a massacre. I was the first to be hit, thus I survived. I would have bled to death had Loredo's men not found me. Letho will kill Iorveth, and all will be lost. So many dead, so much suffering, all for naught.
Why does the Dwan want Iorveth dead?
He used us from the start. Our hatred, but he no longer needs Iorveth. Sees him as a thorn in his side. I don't know what Letho wants.
What does Iorveth want? Why Flotsam?
Go plow yourself.
Me lo imaginaba. Solo yo.
Only I can warn Iorveth. Tell me.
We're fighting for much more, Witcher. Flotsam is only the beginning. We're no bandits, we fight for freedom. In due time, Iorveth will answer the call, and we'll emerge from the woods, joining the battle.
What battle?
He wasn't specific.
In that case, I'll ask Iorveth himself.
I'd like to see that.
Letho. He's the Kingslayer?
Yes.
We got what we came for.
What now?
Iorveth.
What if Iorveth already knows?
I've got an old saying all ready for him. My enemy's enemy is my friend.
Warn him, Gwynblade. Iorveth fights, for that is what he does best. He's Enshay, a real one, a free one. Among the last. Fighting makes sense. Now more than ever before. There is still hope.
What are you talking about, Kayran? Hope for what?
For change. For a better tomorrow. I'll not see it. They'll torment me to death on this barge, and I'll go gladly where the apple trees bloom. But you must warn Iorveth.
Yennefer told me that Ciri has departed for good. She inhabits another world and is happy there. Before she left this one, she gave us the Isle of Avallac'h, our island. We stopped counting time. People believe that the wraiths of the Wild Hunt are immortal. They race across the heavens, gripping in their bony hands swords, their lightning bolts. They take away mortals, ever expanding their cavalcade of spectral riders. They burned the orchard and the house. In their armored boots, they trampled our island. And they made off with Yennefer. I had to get her back. Return to reality. Return to the Witcher's path.
Hostia, qué mareo, tú.
Geralt, are you all right?
I've been to the Isle of Avallac'h, among the apple trees and the mists. After the massacre in Rivia, Ciri took me there, and Yennefer. The Wraith Riders kidnapped Yen, and I pursued them.
But...
Triss, this is important. I feel like everything's coming together. When the Witchers found me barely alive a half-year ago near Kaer Morhen, I was fleeing the Wraiths of the Hunt. They continued to pursue me, in the outskirts, then in Vizima when I killed the Grand Master. Now I know it was no coincidence.
Kayran mentioned roses of remembrance growing somewhere near here. Cedric claims likewise. If that's true...
Right now I should be searching the forest for Iorveth, not looking for flowers.
I could restore your memory.
Ojo.
You sure?
Everything seems to indicate that. Whatever's blocking your memory is clearly weakening. I think I could break that barrier with just one petal from a rose of remembrance. Those flowers are truly powerful.
In that case, Iorveth can wait.
Want me to go with you?
I'd love your company.
All right then. Let's go. Cedric mentioned there are some old elven buildings near the cascade in the forest. We should start there.
Lead the way.
Shut your traps. Stop bloody moaning down there.
Look.
Te tengo que seguir, si no andas.
Wakey, wakey, coffer. You'll fall asleep forever any day now. All wet. Hey, birdie, you get wet just looking at me.
Por favor. Silla Triss, la cual no se mueve para encontrar una... ¿Quieres caminar? ¿Pero cómo te voy a seguir si no avanzas? Gracias. Espera, que a lo mejor te doy las gracias muy pronto. Es muy posible que te haya dado las gracias antes de tiempo. Oye, no me cierres la puerta en la cara. Subnormal. Que te mato, ¿eh? Tira. Pensaba que me iba a hacer... Me queda la esperanza. No pensaba, pero digo, igual me hace un viaje rápido hasta el sitio. Sería tan bonito, tío. Tan bonito que pasara eso. Sería precioso. La verdad. Pero no. Por lo menos me indica el camino. El más rápido, entiendo. Aunque vete tú a saber. Ah, que es un elfo. ¿Qué tal si sacas un algo, una espada, por ejemplo, un cucharón, lo que te salga de los cojones, pero algo para pegarle, ¿eh? Geralt. ¿Por qué a ella, que ha pasado más por encima, no le ha cerrado el puto cepo? ¿Y a mí sí? ¡Ah! Magia. Bueno, es maga, ¿verdad? Ahí estaba para lo de la movida de lo del Kayran. La brumósea.
I'm glad you're here. I think we've arrived. The cascade, the menhir. We need to take the path leading upwards.
Gardens in the middle of forests? Those elves really like to complicate things.
Stop whining. It's not far now.
Sube.
Cedric told me a beautiful legend about this place.
Legends are almost always beautiful, especially elven ones. The reality often leaves a lot to be desired.
Well, Cedric also said the site itself was something wonderful. The rose must be here somewhere.
I'll look around.
Alden and Cymoril. Cedric said Cymoril eclipsed even Francesca Findabair with her beauty, and Francesca's reputed to be the world's most beautiful woman.
Cedric drinks too much.
He really has visions, you know. He really has the gift.
Baños en ruina.
Learn to control it if he drank less.
Cedric drinks to get rid of the visions, and that's something I understand perfectly well.
Oh my. Look, girl. It's beautiful.
La flor.
I just don't understand it. How did the elves become so cruel? The one with the scar had so much hatred in him.
Places like this make you realize just how much they've lost.
Somos...
There used to be entire elven cities, and the forests were theirs to enjoy, not to hide in. Humans destroyed that, put them in reservations. Iorveth and his kind are taking revenge, though not all elves are like that.
Kayran said there's a lot more at stake.
He has his ideal, a certain vision of the world. But do you think there's room for humans in it?
We're practically one and the same.
Wrong, Triss. We've been learning from each other for generations, but we're different at base.
I don't know why I find that awfully sad.
Just like this garden. Beautiful and sad. Triss.
No quería interrumpir.
Cymorils rose of remembrance. Legend has it they wilt unless nourished with blood, and also if they're sold. But give it to someone you love, and it'll live forever.
This one's for you.
Oh, Geralt.
I want you to keep it. If there's any truth to the legend, it shouldn't wilt, even if you pluck a petal or two.
Thank you.
This is the statue, Curly. Don't mind us. Imagine the corn we'll get. I won't leave the brothel for a month.
6 weeks even.
Where does that woman get the gold for all this? I mean, her and the old man, they're buying a new house. And now these statues for the garden. Must be defraying the treasury. What's a town chancellor do anyway?
It'd be ploughing hard to move.
We'd never shift it in one piece. I know.
A que os parto las piernas yo, hijos de puta.
Break off your own head, clown.
Shut your trap, cunt.
Buah, os voy a crujir, cabrón.
And
kill them! Hit the front!
¿Pero cuánto aguanta este? No tengo el fuego puesto, pero bueno. ¡No!
Watch out!
what the N-shape built before human ships ever appeared in the Pontar Delta. Elves possess a sensitivity humans can't ever hope to.
Yo soy Team Tris, ¿eh? Entre Tris y Yennefer, yo soy Team Tris.
Trapped. Looks like we're stuck. Well, there must be another way out of here. Why are you looking at me that way? Do I have something on my face? What's going on in that head of yours, Witcher?
Oh, you know.
Estás muy enfermo, Geralt.
You could use a bath.
Estás muy enfermo,
So
Geralt.
could you.
Este hechizo en Hogwarts no lo enseñaban, ¿eh? Por lo que sea. Tengo miedo de que YouTube me cruja. Espero que no.
A witcher's blade. Letho comes here to think.
Well, he's not here now, so we've no reason to stay.
The Dwan stole the story of Eldon and Cymoril, but they now steal our roses of remembrance. A more silly and shallow tale I've never heard. An enchanted wood, a beautiful elven couple living within. A handsome human prince arrives, riding a milk-white stallion. Bloody Dwan. We Enshay remember how it was. Limitless devotion, passion, commitment, and sacrifice. Legend has it the lovers' sighs are enchanted within these very stones, though only those in love can hear them.
Singing bushes, jabbering stones, elven hogwash.
Está escuchando a Tris y a Geralt.
We should take walks more often. For a while there, I forgot all about Flotsam, the Scoia'tael, the Kingslayer, the whole world, really.
Nice to know I still have that power.
I need time to devise the spell. It could take as much as a few days. What do you plan to do while you wait?
I'm going to meet Iorveth.
Well, don't get yourself killed. That'd be pretty stupid now.
What are you getting at?
You're about to recover your memory, which will give you a whole new perspective on things. We'll learn what happened to Yennefer.
Uh-huh. And you expect me to drop everything and tell Roach, hey, it's been great, but I've got
que puedo
places to
saquear
go
algo, ¿no?
to find.
You know, you could. I mean, you don't really owe him anything. I'm just afraid you'll get caught up in something and you won't be able to back out. Iorveth's a sly old elf. He's been fighting humans for a full century at least. This Letho is no common bandit either, and I shudder to think who put him on the warpath. It's a mire, Geralt, deep and hungry, and it could swallow you whole before you know it.
It possibly already has.
I want you to know that I'm prepared to travel to the end of the world with you to save Yennefer. I owe you that. I owe her that. I'm prepared to drop everything. The trappings of court life, politics, the regicides. I could even live at Kaer Morhen. It's up to you.
Triss.
Let me finish. I can only say this once. If you want to go alone, I'll understand. And I won't try to persuade you otherwise.
I can't know what the future holds. I don't know what else is hidden in my mind. But whatever it is, whatever happens, I don't want to lose you. I'd have to be an utter fool and complete ingrate to let you go.
That's kind. Thank you. Does that mean we're leaving the regicides to Roach and tending to our own matters?
Hostia, pero es que tengo que...
I think so. And I think you're right. I don't owe anyone anything.
No.
I'm glad you've noticed that.
Pero es que...
But that doesn't mean I'm willing to sit around doing nothing. You need time anyway, and in that time I'll catch the Kingslayer.
Geralt, please, be careful.
I'll go
En la verdad no puedo, tío, porque... A ver, en cierto modo, hostia. Aparte para limpiar nuestros nombres también.
Good. Will you talk to Roach?
I'll think about it.
Porque claro... Espera, pasa. ¿Ves? Me pone... Digo, lo estaba viendo, me pone para saquear. Algo tocho. ¿Dónde está?
There you are. Is everything all right? This is nice. What a beautiful place.
Very.
How'd you find us?
Finding those I seek is a speciality of mine. Now, let's get out of here. The Scoia'tael are out in droves.
Wait, Vernon. We need to talk.
About what?
A few days from now, I plan to leave, get back on the path, back to my Witcher's work. That'll mean the end of our mission.
Care to tell me what prompted this decision?
Triss. She knows how to restore my memory.
Why not drop everything and leave now?
Triss needs time to prepare the spells.
You're giving up. No other name for it, you're just giving up. What of the Kingslayer? Many still believe you're him.
I don't think I care anymore. Those whose opinions I value, well, they know the truth.
No, hay que...
You see someone kick a dog and you're incapable of letting it go. And you want to release that fiend who we've succeeded in cornering, who's thrashing to get out of the cage we've put up around him.
I want nothing of the sort. I'm not leaving for a few more days. In that time, I'll catch Letho for you. That's the Kingslayer's name, incidentally. I know how to get him.
How?
You're not going to like this, but it'll involve working with the Scoia'tael.
Is your mind completely plowed at this point?
Oye, deja Triss.
Did Triss put this nonsense in your head?
Joder.
Listen to me. You'll get your Kingslayer soon. I'll give you him or his head. After which you'll clear me of all charges and let me go my way.
What else? Perhaps you'd like me to embrace Iorveth in gratitude as well.
Iorveth's not my problem. I'm no elf hunter. I've never been one, and I don't intend to become one.
Enough. You've made your decision, I can see that. So be it. But I think we all know who's being the prick here.
A ver, no te enfades. Joder, de verdad. No te enfades, coño. Para salir por aquí, ¿verdad? Imagino. De acuerdo, ya tengo que volver, vale, pero esto de momento será en el próximo episodio. Creo, sí, porque... O sea, voy a volver a una zona, a la ciudad, a una zona medianamente poblada y habitable. Y guardo ahí. Pero hoy hasta aquí. Así que ya me voy adelantando en la despedida. Espero que os haya gustado. Muchas gracias por estar ahí un día más aguantándome. Y en el próximo continuaremos. Tenía que haber sido más majo con Roach, con Bernard Roach, creo. No es por aquí. Me obliga a venir por aquí. Guarda la espada porque se ponen tensos. Y ahora ya, por aquí. Efectivamente. Vale. Así que nada, yo voy a guardar y tal. Así que lo dicho. Gracias. Y hasta luego.